So look, I was talking earlier and y'all didn't hear anything I said. So hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you have been having a wonderful Wednesday. I'm going to do a general reading for the month of April, starting with the Aries and kind of just going on from there. I probably need to pull up a list because it never fails. I forget how the order go every time. Excuse me, you're gonna hear my little loud keyboard in the back. But we're gonna step through all of the zodiac signs here. I'm not gonna try to spend too long on them, but just enough of getting of like what energies you're dealing with for the month, how you can handle it, and then moving on to the next one. So I don't want to just give you, oh, here's your problems, trauma dump on you, and then run. I'm gonna at least try to give you some aftercare for you here. So yes, let's see here. I'm just checking our volumes really quick because it sounds like the music is a little higher. Okay, let's see how this sounds. Okay, this sounds a little better. Are you all getting any feedback at all? Okay, no, there should be. I moved my phone near the mic and it started glitching on me, so I heard that for you all. But now that that's cool, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my kindred Aries spirits here. We're gonna get started on shuffling these cards here. I didn't even have them touching. Trying to look at the screen. Okay, sorry, I had to fix something here. Okay, let me go back. Let's get started. So can I get 3 cards here for my Aries and the energies that they will be facing for the month of April? And if you hear a little flute or a kazoo in the background, it's the baby. Nope, it's nothing, still flipped out. Two. Are we just gonna get stuck with the High Priestess here? Oh, okay, there we go. Well, Aries, it's not looking good for us. Why are we getting all these cards in reverse? And then so I definitely got ignoring somebody, not trying to pay attention to somebody. What is the truth about someone that we are not wanting to confront? I'm saying we because I'm here in the boat with y'all. So, And typically when I see the Queen of Wands in reverse, it means we're kind of leaning on the malicious or the low vibe energies. The Queen of the Wands, she can be very spiteful, she can be very mean, very vindictive, kind of like, I feel like revenge. And then you also have the High Priestess, which means that you're not tapping into your intuition or what you know. You're not resonating or living in the truth that you should be right now. So for all of my Aries, it's something that you're kind of like ignoring right now, because Queen of Wands, that's Aries, fire energy, passion all day. So we're kind of stepping out of that, and we're trying to get into this King of Swords kind of energy. It's funny that this has a raven on it too, because I haven't seen a lot of ravens, blackbirds. I'm not sure exactly. All crows and ravens are the same to me. I can't really tell them apart. I'm not like some zoologist or something, but yes. So to me, it's pretty interesting that we have the King of Swords here. I don't know if this is like the energy that we are coming into, that we need to step in, being more analytical or cold-hearted. Stepping back and remembering something. Six of Cups. And then the Three of Swords. Yeah, to me this reads like we're not in alignment on like next moves, like where we wanting to go, where are we moving to in the future. Okay, these kind of wanted to flip out here. They got stuck. So this could mean in romance or something dealing with our finances, or you know, one will unlock the other kind of thing. I feel like that's kind of like what we have been ignoring and not tapping into. Let's see here. If anybody have the tea leaves, you know this is a funny deck to kind of deal with. You should accept valid criticism. That explains it, Queen of Wands. We're not being open to something. And that was way too many. But I am going to take the shark because I know this flew out and wanted to stick for sure. Let's see. What's these other ones that's flipped over? These all came out, but they didn't flip over. So I'm not counting those. Take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. And then we also have sorrow over loss, which is a wreath. You need to defend yourself, shield, and then pay attention to your work. So yeah, this is just all reading like work. So there's definitely going to be some kind of shift or something really work focused, material focused, coins based that we're going to be having to deal with, the energies that we're going to be coming into for the month of April. And you know, if you live here in America, you know, usually around April is also around that tax time. People, you know, maybe your money, some things or plans that you probably had coming up isn't going to go the way you want. You're probably going to have to, you know, cut back on some things or change some things around. Hopefully it's not going to be a cause of like, you know, you're losing a job or something like that. Hopefully it's just that you're being resistant to change right now, because there's another job you probably should be taking, but you're not wanting to do it right now because you don't think it's as glamorous, or you don't think it's for you, or maybe you think that you don't have what it takes to step into that position or in that job field, whatever it may be. And I think right now it's just kind of like, are you in it for, are you in this position or in this job for the right reasons? Like right now we're stepping into not just doing this stuff for money, but are you doing it for your passion? Is this really your passion? If you were doing this, you know, would you still have this job? Would you love doing this if you didn't have to worry about your bank account at the end of the day? If your self-worth wasn't tied to kind of like where you're working at and what you're doing, if you didn't have to rely on this for insurance reasons or things like that, if you know you didn't have all of those extra ties, those extra thoughts when it comes to your job, would you still be working there? So I think it's just telling you to go back to the drawing board and think about why you're really in that position, why you really wanted to do that in the first place, and just kind of reevaluate, reassess, and make sure you're kind of like on the right track, because right now it's saying you're not. So let's get some advice here on how my Aries can move forward for the month of April. There's advice here for my Aries and how they can move forward for the month of April. So Saturn is changing it right now. I know some people are also, if you were born in, what is that, 92 to 97, I think, your Saturn return is upon you right now. So Yep, it's telling you it's time to start doing the heavy work. It's time to start being structured. Structured. It's time to start being disciplined about things. Where do you need to hold some restraint? Are you really spending your money or placing it where you should be right now? Are you sure that you are making these decisions from a mature, higher you? Before you kind of just step into these things and just kind of do it, because Aries, we're typically, it's first, it's of self, it's also childlike behavior. So are you sure you're coming at this from a again, mature perspective, and not just tapping into that just I gotta rush, do, want? It's telling you to kind of like take a chill pill, step back, look at what you're really doing, what is around you right now that you can kind of get some things moving and shaking and jiving with. So what is some more? Can I get 2 more clarity cards here? That's one. Let's see, one more clarity card for my Aries and how they can handle this energies. Okay. So love keeps coming up too. So for some of you, it may not be for all of you, but for some of you, love is coming up. It's funny that Venus and Libra also came up together, because Libras are ruled by the planet Venus. But as you can see here, Libra came up in reverse. So it does says harmonious, cooperative, balanced, socially aware, artistic, people-pleasing, fair, idealistic, aesthetic, choosy. That's the word that's kind of popping out for me. Judgmental, flattering, indecisive. So yeah, it's kind of telling you, be a bit more choosy. Maybe you need to be more choosy with your lovers. Maybe you need to be a bit more choosy when it comes to where you spend your time. Maybe you need to be more choosy and again, with your money, with your wealth. Because I want to say Venus also rules Virgos. Is that Virgos? I want to say that's Virgos. I could be wrong. No, Tauruses. I knew it was an earth sign though. That's Tauruses. So, Tauruses are also good. They're nice, homely people, okay? There's nothing bad about that. Sorry if you find offense with the word homely. But yes, it's telling you to kind of like get some things together when it comes to your home front. With Venus being here, this can talk to just kind of like, what is your true pleasures? Are you really stepping into your pleasure, your self-pleasure? How are you taking care of yourself? Are you really kind of giving back on what you have? Are you receiving? Are you making sure that your value is being spoken to and through others as you speak through them? So I don't know, maybe it also could deal again with kind of just some of you maybe do need to indulge in spending more time and care with your love life, because you have not. You've probably been really focused on, this sounds like someone who has a couple of earth sign placements in your chart. I don't know who this could resonate with, but definitely if you have something like, if you have Capricorn or anything like that, and like your top 3, your rising, or your moon, or maybe you have it in your Venus, or your north node, it's probably you have been really career focused right now, and you haven't really made times for those other relationships in your life. You kind of like neglected it. So for some of you, it is saying like you aren't in the space or in alignment with what you need to be doing now, work wise, or like your purpose, your true purpose here. And you need to kind of like step back and step into that and figure out what it is. And then for some of you, I think is you need to spend some time and like stop trying to build this empire, because you've gotten as far as you can right now without a partner, and now it's time to kind of invest in finding that significant other, or that partner, or that friend group, that circle, that network that can kind of help get you over the hill. So yes, that is what I'm getting for you all for the month of April, Aries. I see we're at like, did I do that about right? I just kind of want to get through these because I don't want to stay too long on each side. I want to kind of treat these fairly. So I'm going to move on to, let's see here. Yep, that's Tauruses. So we're going to get into the Taurus and see what they are going to be dealing with for the month of April. Make sure that's good. Okay. that this is cleared out, let's see what energies my Taurus will be facing. Oh, that one kind of wanted to come out. My Taurus will be facing for the month of April. What will my fellow Taurans deal with for the month of April? Let me adjust my mic. Sorry if you hear a little bump or anything. What will my fellow Taurans deal with for the month of April? Okay, so you all kind of had a few cards here. I think I don't want to count these. I will note them, I will read them out, but they kind of fell out later. But these did want to... Okay, was there something else under there? So, Taurans, you have 5 cards that wanted to come out here for you all. But, like I said, I am going to note these here. So you did get the Empress, the Queen of Swords, the Lovers, and then the Two of Wands, but I'm not going to count those. Your underlying energy is judgment, and I have met a lot of judgmental Taurans. So I don't know if this is really for you, or is this again is saying that you, again, that misalignment could be a thing as well for you all. When I see judgment, especially in this deck, it kind of reads to misalignment, or it kind of reads like, you know, falling in with the wrong crowd, not doing what you're supposed to. So again, you kind of, for the month of April, it looks like you're kind of going in through a rock and a hard place kind of moment here, because this reads kind of dark, very solitude, very alone, very soul searching, very in depth, kind of, you know, take some time. You may need to separate from some people because you do have the Hermit here, or maybe you have been causing your own self-isolation, because the Hermit is in reverse, so it could mean that you're causing your own self-isolation here because you are wanting things to be a particular way that they're not right now. It kind of feels like you're healing from some kind of heartbreak, maybe, or from some kind of, for some of you it may be a heartbreak, for some of you it may be some kind of dream that you tried to idealize or manifest and it didn't happen, at least in the way that you wanted it to happen. And so you're kind of like healing from that, but I think it's going to end up coming out okay. You just need to kind of slow down and take your time, or just let it be what it is. Like, it's not going to be the idealization that you had in mind. It's not going to be kind of like the sunshine and roses that you imagine it was going to be. Like, you're going to have to work for it. It's going to be some work. It is going to be tough. Let's see here. With the moon being here, I'm kind of interested in what's that saying. I think you've probably been tough on yourself because you did have the Judgment card underneath. Yep, and look, and then you have the Page of Wands underneath here as well for the moon. So, and this is coming up in reverse. So to me, it's speaking to some kind of like passion project that didn't turn out quite the way you wanted. Probably because you didn't do enough research, or again, maybe because you have the Hermit here in reverse, you were probably trying to stick it out alone, and it just made it hard, and you didn't have everything you needed in order to do it. So yeah, that's what that is feeling like to me. You definitely leaped before you looked. But I think, again, it looks like it's going to turn out okay because you do have the Knight of Pentacles here in the upright. So whatever this passion project, you'll probably have to go back to the drawing board, kind of tweak some things here or there, and then you'll be on the right path. So it looks pretty good, but let's see what additional information we can get. Good, look, it's coming up good for you. You got good fortune. For some of you, I think the messaging is that you need to seclude yourself instead of trying to involve everybody in what you're trying to do. It kind of reads like, you know, show everybody, but don't tell everybody what you're doing. Psychic ability, trust your intuition. To me, and especially after I just said that, it seems like you know who the people are, who the culprits are. who you need to be staying away from. Can we get any more clarity here? Oh, and this one pops right on my chest. Bouquet, compliments from an admirer. So, yeah. To me, it kind of reads like, for some of you, is you need to be careful in who you're letting know your business is. Your not what your business is, and kind of like what you have planned and what you're trying to do. You need to kind of X them out the circle. And then for some of you, it's saying you need to reach out and tap into your network. And it's not like your best friend or anything. I think it's you making new friends. And you're probably not wanting to. That's probably why that Hermit is there. So I don't know if this, because it tumbled across the floor, but you did. It's funny enough, you got the Aries. It said go get that. That's go getter energy. The only other card you would need on top of that is if you had the Caps. You had the Capricorn card. How can my Taurans handle and deal with this energy that they are dealing with for the month of April? Something flipped over. You seen that? Look at that, Taurus. You came out. And then your last card here is try, flow. Yeah, just let that stuff go. Some of you are going to probably tap into a nice natural gift that you have, and you probably don't want to do it. And that's probably why this passion project that you have isn't working out for you, because you need to tap into that hidden gift, or that gift that you kind of just downplay or don't think it's a gift kind of thing, because that was the word that jumped out for me on try and flow, like making it work. Just kind of like let the creative process take you where it's going to take you. You do also have yourselves did come out, Taurus, here, the bombshell. So just not look, so just don't think that, but kind of when I think of a bombshell, I think of somebody who has the entire package. You know how to walk the walk, you know how to talk the talk, and you have the looks, even though people may not take you seriously because of it. But that's what it gives me. You do have the word deliberate on here, tactile. Take time, but don't wait too long, because you will wait yourself into inaction. Essentially. But then you also, again, you got the Aries, the radical. Aries energy is always, we're the first to jump the year off. We're the first to jump into things. When you see something, we can start it. We may not always finish it, but we will start it. We will start a project to death. May not finish it, but we will start it. So competitive, macho, impulsive, kind of get on that. On a mission was another one that kind of came out. That fierce, daring, active energy is definitely telling you need to be active. Maybe go back to the drawing board and tweak some things. Again, I don't know what this passion project is that you have, Taurans, but it's kind of like you have something that you are holding close to your heart that you need to kind of like tap into. It may need to be rehashed a little bit. Some things need to be, you probably need to add some things to this cake that you're making, and there's some things that you can take out, like you don't really need. You're just kind of like doubling up on the ingredients, and it's just not making it good. Right now you're making brownies and you started off trying to make a cake. So yeah, that's what I got for you, Taurans. Stop just thinking yourself, what do they call it, like overthinking things. Stop overthinking whatever this is that you're dealing with, because I think you're overthinking it to the point where you have psyched yourself out of doing it, and you don't want to do that. I think what you have is beneficial. Don't downplay yourself, like you got this. Be persistent and kind of just rearranging things and changing things. Even brands change over the years. Coca-Cola, it's been around forever, but even they too change some of their things, even though essentially the essence of the company is still the same. So I feel like that was kind of like the messaging that you have. Like, don't be afraid to rebrand or change, or again, flow with the times. Go with the times. Like, just rock rock and roll with the punches. You got this. I believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. And if that's half the battle, I'm happy to help with that. So yeah, Taurus, that's what I have for you. Again, I am going to move on to, let's see here. I don't think there's anything else I have to add for you. Yeah, just don't be married to what you originally have. That's something like you're clutching too tight to something. Like, be okay with letting it go, and letting it come back to you. I don't know who that's for, but yes. So with that, I'm gonna move on to the Gemini's, Taurans. I wish you well, wish you luck. All in all, you're off at a good start here. My hand started hurting after y'all. That's funny. Okay. After I said y'all was clutching too tight to something. I really thought something was like pinching me here. Is this really it? No, I'm not counting that. Yeah, that seems better. Okay, here we go. Now we're cooking. Okay. Oh, that was hinted underneath here. I didn't even know that was there. So you had the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Chariot was on top. So I'm going to leave it exactly like how it was. The Queen of Wands. And then see here, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse and then the Two of Wands. Geminis, where are you running to? Why are you running? Why are you running? This is pretty interesting. What are you running from? And it's not like a healthy run, like you kind of just like, okay, I'm pulling back for now to go forward. This is like I'm running and I don't think I'm ever coming back kind of energy here. You're like completely over something. You're like throwing your hands up. I'm done. I'm tired. The Four of Pentacles with the Chariot. To me, it kind of reads like you got burned by something. Honestly, Gemini, this kind of reads like, okay, against my better judgment, I went all in on a relationship, and you know how y'all Geminis are. Y'all don't like to settle. Against your better judgment, you went in on something. This reads very romantic, kind of like relationship-y to me. And I got burned. I didn't get what I thought I was getting out of this, and now emotionally I am scarred, I am burned, and I'm ready to get out of here. I hate it. I don't want to be here. Let's cut this and move on. I don't think you want people to know about it either. For some reason, I feel like you're being sneaky about this. Ten of Cups. You're not hiding children or something out here, are you? You're not hiding a family. I hope that's not the case. Are you running from the fact that, or have you gotten comfortable with somebody and now you are afraid to commit? Like the question has come up and now it's like, ooh, I don't want to do that. Can I get more clarity on the energies my Geminis are facing? Okay, this kind of wanted to flip over, so I'm going to take this on out. Slowly but surely getting ahead. Yeah, y'all definitely move slow when it comes to relationships. Ooh, I don't want to do that. You said move in together. You said a date. Guaranteed success. What is something you're moving slow about? What is something that you are second guessing, that you're not wanting to dip your toe in? For a lot of you, it really reads romantic, but let me see what else is going to come out here. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem. There's some considering options here, which is always good. Okay, come on, give me one more card here. I got two instead, so we'll take it. Dealings or relationship with the woman. And this, I don't know, it could be a boss. It could not. Because I instinctively just put it here on top of the Queen of Cups, I'm wondering, is someone with some feminine energy, at least. I would say that. I don't know if, look, April. This is definitely, yeah, it's definitely something you're going to have to tackle and deal with. I think you've let it go on long enough. I feel like it's probably something you've been ignoring for a minute, and now it's kind of coming to a head. And it's like, are you going to use the restroom, or are you going to get up because other people are waiting? Stepping into a new experience is the underlying energies for you. So that's pretty interesting. Stepping into a new experience. Was this someone that you're thinking about getting serious with, or that you've fallen for? Was they initially supposed to be like a rebound kind of thing? Was it supposed to be like a landing pad for a minute before you took off to the next? I feel, or I'm getting like a lily pad, like a frog on a lily pad. Like, I'm landing here for now. I'm gonna catch what I can get, but then, you know, once this location isn't what I want anymore, I'm moving on to the next lily pad to get across the water. Like, I'm not trying to stay here forever, or at least I wasn't trying to. But now I ain't, like, I gotta move on. And I'm really confused on why this unsuccessful outcome to a problem is here. To me, just, I don't know. I'm just getting like, I don't know if this is something dealing with a job, or if it's a romantic relationship or something like that. Or maybe maybe it's more so familial, because you did have the Ten of Cups here, but it's also the Four of Pentacles. So for some of you, maybe this is more so a job, and then for another portion of you, it's dealing with your romantic life. But the romantic is coming through very strong. Slowly but surely and guaranteed success. Okay, let's see what solutions. Yep, look, Capricorn came out. When I see Capricorns, I always think of work. Geminis, you came out as well. The butterfly, curious, communicative, versatile, flexible, brilliant, perceptive. You got authoritative, down to earth, corporate, majestic, competent, superficial. Ooh, superficial is the word that's kind of popping out to me. Is this some superficial reason why you don't want to be with this person? Is there a superficial reason? Let's see here. Is this something dealing with, ooh, I'm sorry, my phone went off in my ear. Yeah, it kind of reads to me like somebody is, it's funny, it's social butterfly here. Is somebody kind of like making you second guess and question their, what is that? Their kind of like their loyalty, maybe because of some of the people that they are around. Maybe it's something dealing with like their friends. If you ask me, questioning people about their, whether you should be in a relationship with them because of the quality of their friends is not a superficial reason, if you ask me personally. But it could just be like, for you, it could just, it's this one person or something. Like, you're gonna miss out on this one person because of something superficial. And then for the other half of you, this is someone dealing with, like, your boss. This is someone at work that you're dealing with. I don't know if it's a co-worker, somebody who you don't see eye to eye with, kind of thing. Yeah, because I'm unsuccessful outcome to a problem. We'll just leave it there. For you loved ones, yeah, it seems like to me like you're about to step into some caca here, and because you are being flighty. You're being flighty, my little butterflies, and not wanting to see things for what they are. And knowing that this person is probably right for you, but it's going to be work. Don't think it's not going to take work. Every relationship, I don't care, friends, family, love, work, they all take work. Spiritual relationships, all of it. Okay, and then we also have Mars. Yep, this is all influencing energy. It's funny to me, you have Mars and April for the month of April, because us Aries be all in there. So yeah, it's so for both of you, whether you're dealing with a job or this is dealing with your romantic relationship that you are not wanting to settle in because you are trying to find superficial reasons to get out of it because you don't want to be tied down, my flighty Geminis, is telling you to work through that. I think this relationship is probably here for you, in front of you, for a reason. It is, whether it ends bad or not, I think it's a lesson that's going to be served to you out of this. There's going to be a lot you're going to learn out of this, whether either if it's about yourself or that other person. I think mainly it's going to be about you, but it's saying to fight through this. For those of you who are having this contention, this work trouble with somebody at your job, I don't know if it's like you are competing over some upcoming big project, or who's going to be an account holder for this company that's coming to your business or something like that, or if you're thinking of switching jobs. Right now, I feel like it's telling you, hey, maybe you should be a little more smart and tactical about this. You need to play chess while this other person is playing checkers, and kind of like put your money where your mouth is. And if you can't put your money where your mouth is, you need to probably like save up for a rainy day for a minute, because things are going to be a bit of a shakeup. It's going to be a little hard for you moving forward. I don't know how Geminis usually handle being broke, but I typically know signs like Capricorns, Scorpios, Virgos, to an extent some Aries are that way as well. Cancers usually don't handle being broke pretty well. I don't know about Geminis. I haven't had enough research on that to speak to that, but yeah, it's definitely saying like you need to kind of like curb your impulses at this point, and just kind of like stick it through. Stop trying to just jump and getting yourself into another situation and just make it worse. So yeah, just be ready for this upcoming competition that you have both in your love life and with your work life. And or for some of you, hopefully you don't have both of this, because it would be crabby if both your love life and your work life is kind of just going to chaos at the same time. I don't know how you're going to handle that. So yeah, wishing you luck, Geminis. Definitely try to not tap into your anger first, or if you do, just kind of like give yourself a minute and kind of work through it. Again, reevaluate your relationship at this time, and if you are in a relationship or thinking about getting into one, and if you are dealing with workplace struggles, just kind of like take your time to think through it. Look at what resources that you have around you. Maybe you don't have to move up the ladder. Maybe you can move adjacent at this time to kind of like save yourself some trouble. Um, so yeah. Or some of you, maybe you do need to tap into your anchor, because maybe you have been letting things kind of just, you've been all in the clouds and it's time to come back down to earth, and you need to kind of just let people know, like, hey, I'm not to be messed with. Like, I may seem like an airhead, but I have feelings. I'm a person. I do feel a certain way about things. So yeah. So again, good luck with that, Geminis. And I am now going to move on to the Cancers. I'm going to clear this out here. Okay. I just want to cleanse these energies really quick. I want to keep them all still. I don't know how I'm going to break these videos up once they get on to YouTube, because it'd be all jumbled together, but we'll see. Okay, so all right, Cancers, here we go. Month of April. What is the energies that you will be dealing with for the month of April, Cancers? Let's see here. And then they all come out together. So it's funny now, everybody's getting like 4 or 5 cards. King of Cups, that's you all. Ooh. Okay, I don't think I'm be able to fit all of these on here. Let's see. So you got the Tower in the upright, King of Cups in the upright, Ace of Wands in the reverse, Three of Swords in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, and then you also have the King of Wands in the upright at the end here. So you are going through a whole collection of things here. So maybe your Saturn return is just ending for you, hopefully, or maybe you're kind of going through a sticky situation with something else in your life. With this King of Cups here, with it being in the upright, I'm inclined to think that maybe you are emotionally investing. You are kind of being serene about it all. You're kind of just like letting this happen and take you where it needs to be. With this Ace of Wands, though, coming in reverse makes me take all of that back. Because usually when you have Ace of Wands, it speaks to, it could be something new and romantic. It could speak to some new project, passion work that you're going to get into. But then you have the Three of Swords here. I don't think you're kind of like letting whatever this would cause this tower moment, or this tower moment to kind of like, you're not actually digging into and letting and working through what led you to this tower moment. You're kind of just still harboring on it with the Six of Cups and this Three of Swords in reverse. You're kind of like still stuck in that trauma response, that trauma cycle, that feedback loop, and it's just kind of causing you to kind of stay stagnant and stay there. But then with this ending in King of Wands, it leads me to believe that your King of Wands and your King of Cups is upright. I don't know if you're gonna let this anger, this animosity, whatever this is, this anxiety, depression, whatever this could be, this emotion that's coming from this tower moment, kind of lead you into lashing out or being very negative about things. I'm inclined to believe not, because of the King of Wands is in the upright. So hopefully you will kind of use whatever this sad emotional fuel, whatever is coming up next for you. But yeah, Cancers, it seems like right now you're kind of in a hard place right now, and you're kind of trying to get through it, which I commend because I know that can be hard. A goal oriented person. What's, oh wait, I forgot to do this too. What is the underlying energy? Up, Page of Pentacles. And let's see here, this kind of, oh, we got the shark again. Take care, there will be losses. So yeah, definitely be careful on what your next steps are going to be. I think, again, healing is in the cards for you. It hasn't come out yet. But healing is in the cards for you. Someone is behaving stupidly. I believe that someone is you. You got a lot of rash thoughts here. You got the Ace of Wands, you have the Tower, you have the King of Wands here. That can be a lot of rash, abrupt, kind of quick energy, and it's kind of like settle for a minute. Think about what you're about to do. Let's see, can we get any more clarity here? And this one to flip over. You feel something is lacking in your life. Yeah, that's the energy for sure. Cancers, you feel like something is lacking in your life. Whether it's love, money, or goals. That's literally what the card says. It popped out for you. So I said it didn't come out yet, but here we go. To me, it feels like you have been letting life happen to you. You have not been an active participant in your life. You have not been taking control of the wheel and kind of setting up what you want, when you want it, where you want it, how you want it. You haven't been kind of like being proactive and manifesting on the things that you want to bring into your life. And that's the reason why a lot of this this Tower moment is even probably here. It's probably something that could have been prevented, but now here we are. I feel like right now, without even pulling the Numinous deck, what it's really telling you to do is that you need to be a goal-oriented person. Maybe you need to start journaling and pulling out some things of kind of like, this is what I want my life to look like in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. This is what I want to be doing. Start planning some things out again, because to me it feels like all of the things. It feels like it's love, money, and goals. I think you're feeling, it's listless. It's kind of like the word. Like you're kind of like, why am I doing this? What is this for? What is the purpose? Why am I here? Very apathetic about life, very despondent. Like, I don't really care right now. Like, it seems like every single time I try to do something, I hit a brick wall. It doesn't go out the way I want. Let me see. I had some comments come through here, so I kind of want to see what these are. So yeah. How can my Cancers deal with this energy that they are getting for the month of April? Again, that Saturn return for some of you, it could be the case. This is the second time you got something about discipline as well. When I see target, that to me it seems like line up where you want to go and aim for it. Shoot it, go for it. If you mess up, oh well, try again. But then you also have Saturn as well, so discipline, structure, give things some time. What are you not being responsible for? Are you being ambitious at this time? Didn't I say it felt like you're just being listless? You're letting life happen to you. Lack of self-control. And how this landed right on top of that opportunity in reverse. It nosedived into it. But sextile opportunity reads: collaborates, assists, explains, provides opportunities, synergizes, creates possibilities for. Yep, you're not creating possibilities for. You are not opening those doors. You're closing all the windows and shutting yourself in. You're not even giving yourself a way out. You're painting yourself into a corner, essentially. Bring insight to, communicate, welcomes, develop, all the things. Right now I was just reading, you are being lazy. You are being inactive. You are not synergizing right now. I'm gonna get one more card for my Cancers for how they can deal with this stagnant energy for the month of April. Okay, that flew into my arm. Reputation. Okay, there we go again. Remember, the barrel has something you feel that's lacking in your life, whether it's the love, money, or goals. You also have goals here with the Saturn and everything. And then with the 10th house, reputation, it deals with, yes, your reputation, but career. Kind of like what's going to be your lasting, I'm thinking like legacy. What's going to be your lasting legacy? What's going to be your footprint on the world? You feel like you probably aren't making a big enough of an impact, or you aren't living up to your full dream at this point. And that's probably what's causing you to just kind of be despondent about things. Like, you've probably tried this a couple times and you haven't got it. And then you also have Empire here as well. So again, that just speaks to legacy and lineage for me. Are you sure you're building out what you want to leave behind and what you need to do? Are you competent enough to kind of like handle the future that you see yourself living? I wonder if this is also for somebody who's probably like, you could be an internet personality or a superstar or something, because fame, career, as you can see here, it really reads like Hollywood kind of magic. Let's see if I can get, just want to pull one more card for you all for how you can handle these energies. The month of April. And let's see what we got here. We have Neptune in reverse. I think Neptune moves into something this year too. Or is that Pluto? I think it comes out of Aquarius into Pisces or something, I think. I don't know, I forget. But imagination. You are restricting where you think you can be. You are not imagining enough. You are not thinking of the what ifs, the possibilities. You are not willing to sacrifice something maybe for what you really want to get there. Yeah, to me, it's kind of like you need to type into that Piscean energy. Where do you see yourself being? What's the energy? Again, you are feeling lackluster about life, Cancers. And that's pretty sad to see, because you know, water, you know, you all are kind of like, you're the loving, motherly nature. You are kind of like the, outside of the Libras, you kind of all are like the peacemakers in life. So it's kind of sad to see this for the Cancers. I really wish you kind of dust yourself off and get back into it. Yes, things may be hard right now, but things can look up. I think you just, again, tap back into that dream field that you've been in, because you haven't been doing that lately. So, yeah. Yes, puppers. Puppers want to rub right now. Yeah. If you hear him in the back. So, yeah, that's what I have for you, Cancers. I hope you get that together. Find something that drives your passion in life again. Stop letting life happen to you. Put your hands on the wheel and take control of this. Stop letting, other forces. Because if you do, stop allowing other forces to kind of like dictate and steer your life. Because if you do, you're never going to find your way back. You'll find your way back, but you'll always be disheartened about stuff because it's just not resonating with you. It's not your vibe, essentially. You're on a different frequency. So let that be that. And so now we're going to get into the Leos. Okay, what energies will my Leos be dealing with? Let's mix this up. What energies will my Leos be dealing with? A lot of Pentacles here. It's funny, you got two of the most like loner cards in here. You have the Hermit and then you have the Nine of Pentacles. But the Nine of Pentacles comes up in reverse. So does your Knight of Pentacles. So does your Fool. Because you got the Fool in reverse, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Hermit in the upright. This reads like take things slow. Maybe you need to be alone right now. Maybe there's some independent soul searching or whatnot that may be going on, because you have the Hermit here in the upright. There is something that you will probably be pleasantly surprised about finding out about yourself if you take the time. I think you are somebody who don't do well by themselves, and we typically know Leos don't, because you all are oops, guys, hold on, I have a phone call. This is so unprofessional. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to. Friend in distress. Okay, so well, not that much distress, obviously, but yeah. Let me see here. How am I sounding? Just checking this here. Okay. So, back to the stream. So where was I at? Okay, so we typically know Leos do not do well by themselves. You know, Leos are the sun. They want everyone to pay attention. They need to be the center of attention. They need to be the center of the room. They have to be like the life of the party. And I think this is probably what it's calling you to do. Like, well, not to do, but calling you to step away from, like, get out the spotlight a little bit, like come over here to the side really quick. I need you to come off stage. Ooh. Yep, there's a lot of leaving here too. So these came all out together. You have the Ten of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Empress all in the upright. There's some enlightenment that is coming to you if you kind of just stick with it. You need to pull back a little bit. I think you're trying to be all out in the open and front and center, and right now it's saying, well, you can't be the main character. Right now you're trying to embody a lot of main character energy, and you can't do that right now. We need you to be side character. Ooh, nope. That was about to look bad. Dog barking. Advice from a friend. Huh. Did you get some confusing advice from a friend? Have you gotten... So I kind of do this with my friends too, where especially if it's a friend where I don't think they're going to take too kindly to the harsh advice that I need to give them. I'll kind of jokingly say like, oh, well, girl, you have to deal with that because you ain't do such and such. And it kind of sounds like a shady comment, but it's just like, okay, I'm going to tell you, I have to say it in a lighthearted way so you get the message. Like, maybe you will look back at it. I think somebody's told you something about yourself. Maybe it was a close friend. And now you're just kind of like, dang, is it me? Am I the problem? Ooh, look at that heartbreak on the spear. What was this one? Coins. Money will be coming to you. Heartache over what you no longer have. It's funny, I was using that analogy earlier, like you guys like to be the main character and you need to be the side character. Like you need to pay, read your 2 lines and get off stage. Because you have, the money will be coming to you, and heartache over what you no longer have. I think you are better suited for a different position, and you don't like it because you're like, no, I want to be front and center. I want to be the actor. I don't want to be the director. I want people to see me. Fair man dealings or relationship with a man, blonde, gray hair, or white. I don't know who the blonde, gray hair, or white is going to resonate with, but if there is dealings with a man here, if it is dealing with a man, maybe it's something dealing with, like, again, going back to that star analogy, the main character. It could be both. It could be a literal interpretation that's coming through, or it could be a figurative one of just kind of like, girl, you're not the, or guy, you're not the only one. Like, there's somebody else. Heartache over what you no longer have. I was saying earlier that I feel like it's telling you, like, you need to be by yourself for a minute. You need to be alone, even though you're not wanting to. Yeah. Maybe a friend is telling you about it. And you ready to fight this friend over it, and they just looking out for you, and you don't want to hear it. That's sad. I hate to see that. I feel like this wanted to come out. Not the Libras in reverse. So, Libras, we about to make this about y'all, and I gotta be shady for a minute. Libras, I would say Libras, Sagittarians, Virgos are all pretty bad about putting their head in the sand when their partner, significant other, loved one is doing something that they talk about other people for. Like, girl, I wouldn't be taking that if, you know, so-and-so was doing that to me. But so-and-so is doing it to you, and you're putting your hand in the sand and you're trying to justify it, or you're ignoring it, whatever the case may be. So this is kind of reading like very lovey, very, I'm gonna act like I don't see it. I don't want to believe it. You did get 3 cards that just came out. You got first house, self, physical body, outlook, self-image. Are you feeling self-conscious? Are you feeling like you won't be who you... Do you feel like you won't be that one? You won't be the it factor if you're not with this person anymore? And then you also, so you got the Gemini in the upright, flighty energy, and that could be the person that you're dealing with. That's why it's probably coming up right here. But then you also did get the square challenge in reverse, which means tension, stalling, sound the alarm, motivate, pressure, frustration, struggles, hurt, work out, reconcile. Who are you not wanting to reconcile with? Come on. Come to the front of the congregation, Leo. So who are you not wanting to reconcile with? Then you have, oh, look at this. Hidden secrets can harm you. A friend is trying to warn you about something. You are choosing not to listen. And it's not gonna be right, girl. It's not gonna be right. What else came out here? Broken ring, parting ways. I mean, do I need to pull anything else? It's and then I'm gonna show you the underlying energies I got here. Ooh, ouch. Leo, run, get out. You got the Page of Cups in the upright. This could speak to somebody who's very slick with their words, very romantic, very charismatic, very can love bomb you at a moment's notice, probably make you feel like you're everything and only thing. But then you also have the Scorpio here, and this sometimes usually typically when I see the Scorpios here and it comes up in a romantic relationship, if it's not dealing with like the sexual matters, it typically speaks to somebody who is very vindictive, obsessive. They can be destructive, very manipulative. So yeah, you have to be careful with them water signs. Who is this, or who is this Scorpio that you have been dealing with? You could actually be dating a Scorpio that's just like not good for you right now, Leos. Yeah, run. That's what it's looking like. You need to retreat. There's some hiding. You need to be single. You need to be away from this person. Is what's coming up for you. So yeah, that's not good to be starting off spring with a breakup. I get it, but for you, it looks like that will probably be the best bet, Leos, here. You need to be about self. You need to focus on yourself a bit more, and stop being and stop trying to be ignorant and ignoring what's going on around you. So, yeah. Stand up, okay? That's what I'm going to leave that at. Oh, and then one more thing. Fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Yeah, you see it. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Your friend told you, and if you wasn't listening to them, I'm telling you. Now, I don't know what more do you want? Leos, that's what you got for the month of April. Yeah, it's time to start things off anew. It's time to move forward, move along. A person is not for you. And maybe it is that you're just dealing with the obsessive ex. If that's the case, sorry that you have to deal with that. But maybe there's some lines in the sand, some boundaries that need to be drawn, some clear communication that need to happen of like, look, we didn't happen for a reason. So, yeah. All right, moving right along. We are getting into the Virgos here. Let's see what my Virgos will be dealing with for the month of April. Let's see. Okay, rushing into something here or running away. That was way too many cards. That was a whole book. What are my Virgos dealing with? The energies they will be dealing with for the month of April. Oh, okay. Was anything else flipped over? So you have the Knight of Swords in the upright and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Let's see if I can get one more. That kind of wanted to flip over. I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to leave it in there and see if it was meant to come out. Virgos, of course you get the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So you also got the Queen of Wands as well. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to fix this camera. Okay. Okay. What kind of, you're rushing into a collaboration of some kind that you don't need to be. Maybe, are you going to be the one footing the bill? Because for you, you're really passionate about it, but maybe the people that you're working with are not. My dog's reflection just scared me. Oh, God. Yes, puppers. Can we get a bit more theory on, let's see here. Having to be choosy about something. And then you come up in the deck. You came up. Hermits, the Virgos. And your underlying energy is the High Priestess in reverse. Maybe there's a few collaborations or a few projects or a few people that you probably could be partnering with. I think right now you're kind of rushed. You're leaving it up to whoever responds first instead of like the quality of the respondent, if that makes sense. Like I just think of like if you were working in HR or something like that, you have all of these. You got a deadline for this position that you're trying to fill. Just say like it's a cashier, and you're like, okay, well they have to. This position has to be filled within a week. I'm gonna just whoever is like the first few people that kind of send their resumes, we're gonna get them, start training them up, talk to them, and just put them in a position instead of maybe somebody was a day late submitting their resume, but they would have been a better person for the job. It kind of just reads like that. Like there's somebody you need to be working with something on, or that you need to hire, or that you need to do something with, and instead of you taking your time, Virgos, you guys are like known for that. Instead of kind of like taking your time and being careful and decisive on who and what you want to do, you're kind of just rushing into this for whatever reason, which is pretty interesting. I don't typically see Virgos rush into things. I think like you all are kind of like the more analytical. You are definitely going to take your time when it comes to things. It's got you rushing. And the fact that this card just kept rolling away from me, that better give me all the information. So temporary situation, hard work ahead. Yep. Let's see. And then, ooh. You have the Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Are you trying to work with a Taurus? Or maybe it's you. Is the person that you're currently working with right now not doing what you need them to? So you're just like, I'm going to find somebody else. But that's probably the person you need to be working with. Like, you need to be sticking to them. But it's going to be some hard work. You ain't going to want to do it. You're not going to want to do it. They're probably going to challenge you. They're probably stressing you out, making you pull your hair. But this is probably the person you need to be working with, the one that's causing you the most freaking heartache. Just pack your patience. That's all I can say. Let's see if we get any more clarifying cards here. Yes, I did. I got the Feather. Someone you know. Didn't I just say, are you working with a Taurus? Is this somebody you don't like working with right now? Is this... And then you got the Feather, which literally says someone you know is undependable and insincere. Yeah. For some of you, it could be that you're already in this collaboration, this partnership, and now you're trying to salvage it. Because you rushed in to pick somebody, and now you're reaping the consequences. You reaped what you have sown. You rushed in, you got this low quality person, or we're not gonna say low quality person, but you got this person that was not right for the job, and now you are reaping the repercussions of it. You were trying to fill it quickly, and this is what happens when you go with, when you're rushing into things and you don't pick the quality. You just looking at the quantity of it all, and sometimes that quality is the better way to go. In this case, for you all, it definitely was. Now, I don't know why that flew all the way over there. Can I get some clarifying cards on how to help guide my Virgos through this tough hiring process that they're going through for the month of April? Get some guiding cards here. Oop. So we have Pluto, transformation. Why Libras keep coming out? Why Libras keep coming out? Oh, wow. Let's see. Okay, you just had to land. Okay. Trine, flow. Who got this earlier? Was that Taurus? I'm inclined to think that you're working with the Taurus here. And I think Taurus also has something about, like they were kind of going through a moment in their workplace or something like that where they weren't feeling passionate about what they're working on. So maybe you do need to let this Taurus person go. Maybe you are a duo or a friends that's watching me right now, and it's like this is your confirmation to be like, okay, y'all need to talk, because obviously there's some contentious feelings or something here. There's a reckoning, some clearing that needs to happen. um Maybe your goals don't align anymore. Maybe you started off and you all were on the same page, but now that has changed. And so maybe that's something where it's kind of like going back to the drawing board with you all, kind of like, okay, well, or maybe we have the same goal in mind, but the way I want to do it is a different way from way you want to do it. I want to go the slow and steady route, and you want to quickly jump up, do leaps and bounds, and be there. And I want to enjoy the process, and that's probably where the disconnect and the disharmony is coming in at, because you both want to get to the same place, but you have different ways of doing it, and it could just be as simple as that. Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be some ebbs and flow here again. That's probably why flow is here. Like there's gonna be some ebbs and flow. There's gonna be some come and go. There's gonna be some ups and downs, and you guys need to learn how to rock through it. I think for you Virgos, this is definitely kind of like getting you to. This is a challenge for you. This is a test for you to kind of test your resolve. Do you really want this, even if it comes with all of these other issues and these problems, and it's not done the way that you want or with the people that you want? But you're gonna get there. Like it's like you can't be the head of the hydra right now. You have to be more like the legs or the tail, and just kind of just be like, okay, sometimes I need to pull back and let somebody else lead. um yeah. Yep, you got, because harmony is in with the Libras is coming up in reverse. So there's definitely some disharmony there. There is some judgmental attitude that's coming out here, like I wouldn't have did that, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, maybe this is making you second guess yourself as well. Like, okay, well, if I chose this person wrong, what else have I done wrong in this whole entire process? And it's like, no, you got the right person. It's just gonna be a struggle. For some of you. And then for the other half of you, is that you probably are already in this process with somebody, and you aren't communicating properly. There's you just need to sit down and have that conversation. You need to sit down and have that talk, and y'all haven't had the talk. I think what you do, you'll probably start seeing things like change for the better. It probably won't be the best, but you will probably see some changes. Yeah. So don't get disheartened right away, or no longer be disheartened about this, or you know, withdrawn about it, and just kind of like, okay, this is how I'm feeling. I don't think you're taking this serious. I don't think you're liking this. You're not doing what I need you to be doing at this time, and just communicate how you feel, and just be like, okay, well, just let me know if there's somebody else I need to pull into this situation or not, because I don't think you are, you know, taking this as seriously as I need you to at this time. So yeah, that's the advice I have for you right now, Virgos. I wish you luck having tough conversations with this, and this could be a close friend of yours, and that may be another reason why you're probably avoiding having it. But having those kind of tough conversations, especially when you're already in a space where you are angry and you no longer know how to communicate through that, because you just like, I'm angry as hell. Like, I just want you to know I'm angry, and I need things to go my way now before I blow a top. But being able to communicate through those trying periods is definitely a soft skill. I feel like it's a hard skill, but definitely a soft skill that probably will benefit you in the long run, especially if this is some kind of business venture that you are doing with someone. Like, you're going to have those employees that's going to try your freaking patience every day, and you're going to have to know how to deal with them properly without getting sued. So, yes, wishing you luck on that. whoever this Taurus that you're working with, or maybe it's this Libra, you know, hopefully y'all figure some things out and can move forward from there. Whether it's, you know, one of you leaving and pursuing things on your own, or, you know, actually getting back on the same page and moving forward and just respecting each other's process and how to get to the finish line. So, yeah. And with that, we are getting into the Libras. Now watch the Libra card not come up for the Libras, even though it's been popping up for everybody else, it seems like. So I know we are more than halfway through, yeah. So I'm going to do the Libras, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorns, Aquarius, and then we'll be finishing with the Pisces. So let's see here. Just going back. All right, Libras. What energies will you all be dealing with for the month of April? Is these the very same cards? Okay, no. Something else flipped over in here. So you had 3 other cards. So the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, the Page of Wands in the upright, you have the 5 of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and then the 2 of Wands in the upright. There's some struggle going on here. Or maybe there needs to be a struggle that you aren't doing. Something you need to be fighting through. Both of your collaborative cards, your 3 of Pentacles, because the 5 of Wands could read collaboration as well, or it can mean like rivalry, adversity, things like that. But it's funny enough that both of your 5 of Wands and your 3 of Pentacles is coming up in reverse, which makes me think that maybe there is some collaboration that is not working out in the way you want. I don't know what this collab may be. It could be a collaboration with your partner. It could be a collaboration with workers. It could be a collaboration with your friends. Whatever this collaboration is not happening the way you want. What's this underlying energy? Queen of Swords. Instead of tapping into your emotions right now, Libra, maybe it's telling you like, okay, let me put that up on the shelf right now and be a bit more not cold, but just kind of like I keep thinking of like 10 toes down, just being like, okay, this is what I said, this is what I want to do, and that's how we're going to do it. Like, I don't care what you thought, what you think, or what you said. This is how it's going to happen because this is the way I said it. We're going to do it. That's kind of like the energy is coming off for me. 1 second. All right, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. I had to get my charger. You probably heard the thing plug in there. Okay. What was I saying again? So essentially, it feels like there's probably some kind of collaboration here, whether it's with friends, family, loved ones, of some type, or some struggle here that you are going through. That I feel like you, or it is that's happening right now, and you probably don't need to play a part in, but really it kind of feels like emotionally you're being withdrawn from the whole situation, and you are probably one of the main parties that need to speak up, instead of ignoring what's going on around you. You do have a lot of wands in this, so usually when I, with the fire and everything like that, it's inclined to make me think that this is something dealing with a lot of anger, animosity, rejection, um, desperation, despair, maybe. Um, and you kind of are just like head in the clouds about it and being emotionally withdrawn. Um, and it's probably for the best that you probably are, because you're probably feeling like if you were to kind of like get involved in the middle of this, you would probably just add more fuel to the fire, because you're just gonna come out the gate with all the heat. Um, yeah, let's. And you again, you had the Queen of Wands as the underlying energy. So let's see here. Can I get a bit more clarity for my Libras? Let's see here. You have the gavel, involvement with law. It could also just read involvement with you, because gavel, law, justice, judgment, that kind of pulls up for you all for sure. You are the balancing scales. You are the tipping point in this situation, this argument, this disagreement that's going on. Are you choosing between factions here? Heartbreak over what you no longer have. Do you think you're going to miss out on some friends here? This is a lot that fell out. I don't think I'm going to keep all of these. You got the diamond, which deals with being, with receiving a gift, caterpillar, things not always this way. Sun, happiness and well-being. Cup, you should accept criticism. You got empty chair, somebody is leaving. You have, what is this? Cane, pay attention to your health. Dragon, beware of self-delusion. And y'all Libras are prone to that. January and then February. So this is something that's been going on for a minute. It seems like January, February. That's pretty interesting. Um, but I don't think I'm gonna keep all of that. You do have get back to the basics here. Yeah, it just reads like you're in the wrong crowd, trying to fit in with the wrong crowd. Plenty of material things. Are you trying to fit in with the wrong people? They're all about materialistic things, and that's not you. You do have bridge, successfully overcome a problem. Yeah, it seems like you need to get back to the basics. Get back to kind of like who you are. Do you even know who you are? Is the other question too. Involvement with the law. That's pretty interesting there. Are you wrapped up in some kind of legal troubles here? Are you in the middle of some legal troubles that you are emotionally, it has you just like in the wrong headspace, or it's putting you in the wrong headspace, and it's causing you to just kind of like, it's causing you to, these feelings, these actions to bleed over into other parts of your life. Maybe you and your counsel need to kind of like take a beat. Maybe you aren't being all forthcoming with everything. There's something else that you need to be looking at. Oh, look at this. You got trine in reverse and you got the opposition in reverse. This isn't dealing with like, this couldn't be a divorce. This isn't a divorce. Yeah, this is something. This is something that you have not confronted in a while. And then you got the Pisces on top of that. So I don't know if you're somebody who, if you are this, oh my God, I pray for you. If you're someone with like, you have Libra and Pisces in your main top three, your sun, moon, and rising, oh my God, I know your head's in the cloud all the time. You are never here. Do you even know where you are right now? How did you even find my video? Because if you're a Pisces and you have some kind of Pisces placement in your top three and you're Libra, my God. You are trying to escape from something and not deal with it for sure. Yep. Self-pitying. Oh my God. Allowing. Dreamy. Oh. But then you got Jupiter expansion. Oh. So I don't know if this Five of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, if the collaboration is with an actual another person or being, or if it's you internally fighting with yourself about something. Yeah. I don't know if you're fighting and going back and forth about something with yourself, and you're afraid to face their reality. I think sixth house was your underlying card here, which deals with work, details, health, being, service, daily rituals, contribution, organization, purification, skills, method, apprenticeship. Yeah. It's something about yourself you're not wanting to see, or you don't want others to see about you, for whatever reason. Maybe it's something you feel like or maybe it's something you are embarrassed about and you think people are going to judge you for it. And again, going back, I just paid attention to that. You do have balance. Libras are all about balance, and you're out of balance. So to me, again, it kind of seems like maybe this struggle is internally. This is something that you are dealing with within yourself. You are not heeding your own words. You're not listening to your gut. You're not being a Libra. You're not being you. Yep, you're contradicting with yourself. You're clashing. Transformation. You did get the quincunx. I'm gonna just say complexity underneath as well. That was something when I was just sitting here just ruffling with the cards that kind of came up. So eternally, you are fighting with yourself. You are going back and forth here. And then look what you got for the month of April for your tea leaf, your underlying energy. You are being a stubborn, aggressive person. You did get that Three of Pentacles in reverse, and you also got that Five of Wands, which is going to keep bringing that back up. You're pretending to be something that you're not. I don't know if you're trying to pretend to be tough, or like you're, again, not a snitch or something, or you're trying to prove that you're down for the cause or whatever, but it's going against you, boo, at the end of the day, and it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you if you don't do what you need to do right. You're definitely taking a gamble here. It's like, no, go back and tap into your home base. You need to be balanced. Because, yeah, you're going against your own self here. Probably your own self-interest. So, you don't want to do that. Yeah. That's what I got for you, Libras. Let's see if there's any more tea leaves that want to come out, any more clarifying cards. I'm only taking up to 3. Any more clarifying cards? Oh, you got barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life. Funny enough, Virgos had that earlier, and they did have your cards. Cancers had that earlier. So, and I believe they had Libras too. Waiting for news, a package or letter. Ooh, are you getting summoned to court? You getting served something? You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Maybe you are dealing with something legal, and maybe you're rejecting a blessing that's coming to you because you maybe don't feel deserving, or I don't know, maybe somebody else got in your ear because you did, because the underlying energy was money, property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. So I don't know if you're going to get into some kind of property scuffle here, or it could be something over fighting with somebody's estates or whatever the case may be to get what you are deserving of, rightfully deserve. But yeah, I'm going to put this up there for you too, so you see that, Libras. I know Libras typically aren't the ones that like to fight, but it's looking like you're going to have to fight. You can't be passive the entire time. Or choose the right champion that's going to go out here and fight for you. Some of you all, it may literally just be you are fighting about an inheritance with siblings or something, like some kind of family squabble about that, about somebody who recently passed away earlier this month. And now you're kind of getting to the nitty-gritty of like cutting up of like, okay, well, I need to recoup my money back because I spend money on, I don't know, the casket or the funeral home or something, or the repast. I need that money back. And now people are like, well, I'm not giving it to you. And it's like, no, you need to go get your damages, go to small claim court and get your stuff back and stop being passive. Like, yes, people can get their karma, but sometimes you can help speed that along as well. Now, remember I did say about the barrel that Cancers got that, and theirs, I believe. Yep, that was Cancers, feeling despondent about life, not getting, something not being in alignment. What do you got for your underlying energy? And then the Numinous deck, you got the Cancers in reverse. Very cyclical, this reading here. Very cyclical. It's just kind of going back into one another. So, yeah. I'm really inclined to think this inner squabble is with yourself and family. There's some internal cleaning house that has to happen here. So yeah, Libras, if you are dealing with something legal, hopefully, if you are the rightful party, hopefully you get all that you deserve and that you are owed. If this is your karma coming up and you just have to go to court because of something that you've been running away from, or you've done wrong to someone, excuse me, I feel like that may be true. Maybe you were the one who was out here being wronged by someone, whether you were being misled or whatever. This is your karma that's coming back to roost. It's coming back to roost. It's coming back to get you, and you're gonna have to just take that L on the chin, and pay your comeuppance, pay your penance. So yeah, that's what I have for you all, Libras. Yeah, I think you're just gonna have to get over that. And so with that, I am going to move forward with The dark and mysterious Scorpios. Let's see what these Scorpios are going to be dealing with for April. I don't know where this accent is coming from, but whatever. We're going to roll with it. Knock some of that energy off here for my Scorpios. So I don't know if this came up first or... Oh, this is a whole book. I'm not counting that. So far, Scorpios, you have the Six of Swords in reverse. And then you also have the Four of Swords in the upright. Come on, why y'all getting all these swords? Scorpios, what is y'all doing? I'm not counting all these cards. This is what, about 5, 8 cards? If you meant to come out, you'll come out again. And there we go, the Emperor. Okay, so first and foremost, I hear like I'm trying to think of the PG way of saying this, of kind of like, basically somebody got you messed up. You shouldn't have let somebody get you in this headspace that you're in, and you need to be coming back with a vengeance. Like, you need to be proving to them, like, I was the it factor when you got with me. I was the it factor when you was with me, and I will remain the it factor even when you're not with me. Like, that's kind of like the cleanest way I can say it. And look at that. You also have the Three of Swords. Heartbreak, 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 heartbreak. You have the Six of Swords in reverse. You have the Four of Swords in the upright. Then comes the Emperor, and then you have the Three of Swords in reverse. To me, this is reading toxic relationship. This sounds like scissor. And then look what you got underneath, the Eight of Swords. It's just reading toxic relationship. Who are you confining yourself for? Who are you transforming? Who are you making yourself little for? Like, that's not you, Scorpio. What are you doing? Who got you weak in the knees like this, honey? Who got you down and out? July. Are you dealing with a Leo or a Cancer? Ooh, because both of those can be a thing. Opportunities are waiting for you in July. Okay. You didn't want to kind of go in there, so let me take a peek at what you are. So I thought of out of the frying pan, well, out of the skillet into the frying pan, trouble, accusations. And what was the underlying energy? Who's telling your business? Who's trying to make you out to be something that you aren't? Yeah, this is reading toxic relationship. Okay, this one to go. Solid foundation, success with effort. it seems like somebody is and then this also makes you think of back burner. Whoever you got in your back pocket that you think you about to start something new with. Be careful of the past relationship. I'll say that. Be careful of the past relationship kind of coming in and coloring things, trying to make you look bad or worse off than what you are, because now you're happy and moved on to somebody else. And they are going to try to cause heartbreak. Maybe also this new person that you are trying to start something off with, or that you're going to start something new with, it's probably going to trigger you in some ways, because they're going to remind you of a lot of the past behavior and things that your current or previous partner did or does. And you're going to have to heal from that for sure. Okay. Yep, complexity, complications. So Uranus always reads like a tower moment as well for me. But as you can see in the tea leaves, it also means a solid foundation, success with effort. But then you also have this Uranus revolution. So there's a much needed change that needs to come in that's probably not happening, or someone doesn't want to happen, because once, you know how they say, like, once you level up, or you done went through, you know, you didn't want to be with me when I was down, but now that I'm up, you know, after I went through the ugly part, now everybody kind of want to be with me. It's funny enough, you got flies here, so it's like attracting, you know, on flies. So yeah, that was another thing that kind of just came to me as well. But it's kind of like, you know, you didn't want to be with me when I was just nothing on the side of the road. But it's like, okay, now I know who my real road dogs are, because when I didn't have anything, you know, people showed me their true colors. I really saw what people were, how they are. And so I'm gonna stick with them. And somebody is mad that you didn't, you know, X them out. Toxic relationship. They don't like that. They don't like that you're giving the person that you're with now what they feel like they should have gotten their relationship, like what they deserved. That's what's coming through. And so they just trying to cause havoc. Yeah, this just reads like toxic ex. This is hilarious to me that so many of y'all are getting like love readings. You and your partner are definitely going to have a conversation and be open and talk some things out and be clear. But then you also got second house assets. Yeah. What did I say earlier? To me, it feels like you were down in the dumps. Or maybe somebody got you in that chapter of life where it wasn't so blessed, it wasn't so lucky, and they were with you. And, you know, for whatever reason, maybe y'all parted, y'all broke up, decided to move on, y'all went on a break, and you found somebody else. And now you're kind of like, okay, well, I can give this person my everything. I really like this person. They didn't kind of been through some of the same dark things that I've been with, or, you know, they're kind of going through their dark night of the soul right now, and I can help them through that. I can be there, you know, with them, and, you know, we can get through this together, because we can kind of been in the same space. And because you both relate on a dark level, y'all lights also resonate and shine brighter because of it. And the ex is like, I don't like that, that's upsetting me and my homegirls. Again, and they're feeling like they are owed what you are giving this current relationship, or about to give to this current relationship that you have coming up. Because for some of you, again, July did land here, so I don't know if it's somebody, you know, that's born in July that you're currently dealing with, or that you were dealing with, is feeling very envious right now, or if it's something of kind of like you are going to start something new in July, and this person is going to be upset that you're moving on, that you aren't as broken as you once were, or as they wanted you to be after the breakup. Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to secure that relationship, make it feel as comfortable as can be, and making it all of what it can be. I feel like another thing is you're probably trying to spare the exes or soon to be exes feelings in this. And sorry to break it to you, you're probably gonna have to with that. I wonder if this is in relation to the Leos, because I kind of got something similar for them as well. So I don't know if you are, if this is pertaining to the same situation. I'll say that. But yeah, that's pretty interesting because they did have something about a Scorpio coming up in their reading as well. So, again, reading is very cyclical, isn't it? Yep. Okay. So the moon was the underlying energy. It did come up in reverse. With this being in July, again, I said you could have been dealing with a Cancer or a Leo, but since it's coming up in reverse, yeah, there's probably some discomfort here. Very emotional. There's probably some mother wound things that probably came up in their relationship. That's probably why it went toxic and horrible. You also have instinct, nurturing, gut reactions, lineage. But again, that came up in reverse. So with the lineage being there on that card there, it makes me think somebody is, again, going back to somebody is feeling envious that it's given like what is that alimony? What is that? The Taraji P. Henson movie where, like, I didn't even see it. I just remember the premise of it where, like, she tried to kill her ex-husband and his wife or future wife, mother of his child or whatever, because he gave everything that she wanted, everything that she dreamed that she was going to have in a relationship with him. She didn't get it. She was too busy building him up, and they ended up breaking up, and then he moved on, and the next girl got all of that, got all the benefits. It's bringing up that alimony, matrimony. I forget what the movie is called, but yes. So Scorpios, be careful. Your new relationship is gonna be, or your current one, whether it's new or your current one, is good for you. It probably can take you some awesome places. It's gonna create some awesome memories. Definitely some good lessons and everything in it. But you are gonna have to be mindful of the batshit crazy ex in the background, or the envious people that's kind of like eyeing our relationship and wanting to get in between. And it may not even be your ex. It could be the person that you're with, ex, that's kind of like testing waters and making stuff hard. So, yeah. Okay, just check in here. So we're almost going on 2 hours. And let's see here. We're going to go into the Saggies. And then after we're done with the Saggies, we only got 3 more. So I'm getting to you. I'm getting through this. So yeah, again, Scorpios, wishing you luck. Hopefully, your new one is a good one and a long-lasting one. So, yeah. Okay, let's knock off this energy here. Again, let's go Saggies. Saggies and Aries, we get together like this. I love me some Saggies. Let's see, what is there? Challenging energies my Sagittarius will be facing for the month of April. Let's see, what is the challenging energies? Oh, this is reading pretty powerful for you all, Saggies. Okay. So you have the Magician in the upright, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and then you have the Nine of Cups in the upright. I'm wondering why this Queen of Pentacles did not come out upright for you all. So I'm gonna shuffle really quick and see what's going on. Up, and then what I get. Okay. So, yep. Okay. So, in the underlying energies is the Six of Cups. So I think Obviously, there's some creation happening here on your part. There's some changes going on here on your part that you probably have been doing on your own. And either a helping hand is coming out of nowhere too fast, and you are like, this is too good to be true. You're like, I don't trust it. Or it's a thing of kind of like, it's just a challenge of like, you know, struggling with, you know how change just comes and it's like, okay, well, this is happening too fast. Like, I needed to slow down. I don't like this right now. I needed to, like, this is happening faster than I thought. I can't keep up. Yeah. Also, with the Queen of Pentacles being here, it may be a thing of like, you're just being controlling or trying to be controlling. And you need to kind of just like loosen the reins a little bit. Will I get one more card for clarity on the Magician? This card I want to come out. The Knight of Wands. There's a lot of rushing here. This is very quick energy. You have the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands here. This is something... Okay, yeah, there is a handout, or I don't want to say handout because some people do not like that. It has a negative connotation, but there's some help for something that's coming along pretty quickly because you got the Three of Pentacles. Or it could, again, speak to, you know, things are falling into place and you're just like, this don't never happen for me. I don't never have like this much good luck. I've never had my wishes come true, and this is all coming back in too fast. Like, how is this happening? It's just a joke. Yeah. Okay, what was that? Chain of events that would affect your life. Yep, and it's coming in the way you don't want. Something is going to happen overnight. Wall, misunderstanding. Yep, what I say? Something is happening and you're like, this is too good to be true. Misunderstanding. Dealings or relationship with a woman. Is it some I feel like mother. I don't know who that's for. Mother. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. You also have heals, obstacles to overcome. I think yeah, this reads like this is probably something with like this, some maternal figure. The maternal figure is kind of coming up for me. There's some change or in some kind of relationship that you're having with some kind of maternal figure. It don't actually have to be your mother. It could just be somebody that you see as a maternal figure, or that is a maternal figure to someone else that's coming up for you. And the relationship is gonna change very quickly if it's not already changing very quickly, and it's gonna lead you to some pretty interesting spaces. Yeah, and it seems like it's gonna be good because so here's the underlying energies that I got here. You have the obstacles to overcome and peace and harmony. Something in November. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. And I just want to kind of go back to this because what you got underneath here is the Seven of Pentacles. This relationship you need to be feeding into, that you're trying to avoid, that you are wanting to work on, you need to start doing it now because it's going to lead you to some grand opportunities later. If you just nurture the relationship like you should. I don't know if it's like with your daughter or with your family, or if it's somebody who's a maternal figure in your life that you need to kind of be paying attention to and breathing life into and working with. So Saggies, you know, you need to start kind of creating whoever this relationship with now. It's like, it's telling you like now is detrimental. You need to be doing that. Okay, let's see. How can I help my Sagittarius do this? Let's see. Virgo, yeah. What I say, Virgos is mommy all day. That's very maiden, very homely. So this is definitely something on the home front that you need to be working on. Virgos are in November too, aren't they? I want to say they're in November. Chiron, healing. Didn't I say something about a mother wound? Didn't I say that with you all earlier? Okay, so I'm going to take all three of these cards. I'm going to take all three of these. Keep in mind, look at that. The underlying energy is the moon. Motherly, motherly, motherly. You also have Capricorn, Jupiter, expansion. So maybe you're coming into some inheritance or some kind of exploration, some other portion of your life or something like that that's going to come in. You do have assets here. So I think, I hope this is not the case. I hope it's not. Maybe someone is going to be leaving your life in November that you need to be focusing on building a relationship with now in order to not ensure that you get the inheritance, so to speak, but so that you can catch up on the time and the healing that you need, because otherwise you're going to be left with that mother wound and it's never going to heal, even though now is the time for you to be working on it. Like, it's giving you ample time and opportunity and space to do so. You just are trying to neglect it. You really are wanting to do it, but it's going to help set you free. It's going to, in the long run, it's going to really help set you up for a lot of like emotional healing from whatever you went through in your childhood, or whatever maybe harm that you've caused your child. So yeah, it's, to me, it's kind of like there's definitely a motherly bond here of some sort that needs to be worked on. Some maternal ancestry line, lineage stuff that has to kind of be cleared up in order to avoid kind of like that karmic cycle of kind of like passing on what they call it, like ancestral wounds or curses. Like, you can break it if you, like, you're gonna be the linchpin, so to speak, and you need to kind of just keep that going in order to help other people down the line. If not no one else, at least yourself. So yeah. And then you also have the arrow underneath. You are on the right path regarding some aspects of your life. So you definitely need to take your time and communicate with this person, waiting for news or a package or letter. I don't know why these are also on the bottom. That's funny. This just got these for, what was that, Virgos? So yeah. So Sagittarius, that's what I'm getting for you. You definitely need to kind of give some time, look at it from an optimistic perspective of just kind of being like, instead of looking at all the what ifs of if it goes wrong, look at, if I was to have this conversation with this maternal figure, this matriarchal figure or whatever that's in my life, this maternal figure in my life, what would be a lot of the good that it will serve me in my life moving forward. So stop being avoidant with it and actually work on it and heal on it, because you do have Chiron. You're not wanting to heal it. You did get it in reverse. So there is some generational trauma there. Look, I didn't even really look at that, but yeah, this is coming up for you, Saggies. There's some generational trauma, some family trauma that you are, you may also be a cog in the machine with, in helping exacerbate it or continue it, and you need to kind of like nip that in the bud, because maybe you are expecting, or maybe there's somebody in your family that you can help later on down the line if you do the healing process now, or get the explanation and the reasoning now. You get the family history while this person is still here, kind of thing, or at least willing to, or at least while this person is still willing to come to the table, or be forthcoming with what happened. So yeah, hopefully you get all of that, you glean all of the insight and information that you need in order to break this generational curse, and move forward and help heal some things, kind of like break this hex, this endless cycle that has been going on with you and your loved ones. So Yeah, this is pretty powerful, Sagittarians. Yeah, I'm rooting for you all. I'm all for breaking generational curses. They are not the easiest things. But they are definitely some of the more powerful influences in our life for sure. Because, you know, we don't get to choose our families. They choose us. And, you know, we get indoctrinated into a lot of the behavior and thinking that it's normal. And sometimes it's hard to see outside yourself and move on from that when you are literally the embodiment of it all. So, yeah. And so, with that, I am going to move forward with the Capricorns. And let's see what energies they will be dealing with for the month of April. What energies? Yep, we're not counting that. Not those. What energies are Capricorns? So it seems like there's still some residual energy here. Okay, what are y'all cooking up, Capricorns? I know y'all like to. Y'all always got some other job endeavor that y'all be working on, cooking up. Justice. Please hold while you get a bit more information. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords and the Two of Pentacles in reverse for why the Justice card is here. Your underlying energies is the Ace of Wands, so some kind of creative block here. So you have the Magician in the upright, the Page of Cups in the upright, you have the Justice in the upright, and then you have the Nine of Swords and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So to me, it's very much of getting in your own way about something creatively that you aren't breaking through about. And yeah, you need to be creating right now when you're not. You're being comfortable in whatever this headspace is that you're in right now. That's abnormal for you. That's abnormal for Capricorns, yes? Why are you like this? Why are you feeling stagnant? Like, you're still doing things, of course, but... Okay, so you have Egg. Success is sure with good plans and hard work. Are you tired of working hard? New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Okay, so that would make sense for you, Capricorns. Restriction. There's been some kind of restriction for some reason. Maybe that's what's been holding you back, and now you're going to finally see something changing. So the carrot did overturn, so I'm going to keep that one. And that speaks to an opportunity or windfall. So you definitely some upcoming opportunities coming your way. A meeting with a stranger could be the breakthrough, could be important. So again, maybe that's where the justice is coming in at. There's somebody that you're finally going to be able to connect with, create some things with, and it's going to lead you to a breakthrough. That's the new opportunity and success that's coming through for you. Your other underlying energy is the dagger, fear, worries, tense situations. So you're worried about something that you don't need to be. December was also the other card underneath. So I don't know if that's probably why the magician is here. Is this the mother of the Sagittarian or the daughter of the Sagittarian? Because you do have December. So that could deal with, you know, your Sagittarians, or it could deal with, who is else in there? The Capricorn. So that could be both of your energies there. It is some residual, like, flow over coming in here. And then also, let's see. And there go the 3 cards. And so I'm going to do this. Yes. So it's funny that both the Capricorns and the Sagittarians are kind of dealing with the same thing here. Again, there could be some generational curses that you're dealing with. It could be something dealing with your mother. It could be something dealing with your grandmother. It could be some maternal figure in your life. It could be you are the maternal figure in your life that's kind of like being a stagnant energy. But yes, there's some kind of relationship, some friendship, some group, some kind of community building that is needed in order for you to kind of get over this hurdle of you being in your own way. When you make the connection with these people or this person, this figure, or you heal this hurt that you've had, you'll finally kind of like get through. Okay, my battery is really about to die. I'm so sorry about this. Hopefully you'll really kind of get through this and, you know, find your way forward and get through everything. So yeah, there's a new opportunity and things like that, but you kind of got to get out your own head. I don't know, maybe you just are very hesitant about making friendships or new friendships with people, new connections. But you kind of need to get out of that and meet with these people and connect with them and, you know, create, just do some synergy here. Yeah, it's gonna pay off for your growth for sure. Like, this is your comeuppance. Like, take it for what it is. Dare to dream. Go outside your boundaries. This 11th house on the edge is going to lead you to places you probably never even thought before. Like, you're right there on the cusp. You know, and I also did notice in this card, I don't know if you can see it, it shows like 2 figures in a rock formation coming together. So yeah, there's some kind of partnership, some kind of collaboration, some joining that needs to happen in order for you to kind of finally get over that last hump, that you know, mountain that's in your pathway, and you know, it's straight down from there. It's all, you know, you can keep it rolling from there. It won't be anything else. So yeah, but you have to allow it. You got allowing encourages, sees the potential in, clarifies, give hope, temper, cycles. So maybe there's a cycle that you need to kind of get out of as well. That was something that was a word that kind of jumped out. There's some kind of stunted cycle that you get into, or, you know, some cycle of you overthinking, getting your head about things. Like, you daydream it up and then you never create with it, and you're gonna have somebody that's like, no, do that. Yeah, do that. How can I help you do that? And it's gonna be a, you know, breath of fresh air for you for sure. Stop thinking that you need to be independent or hyper independent all the time. Like, everything can be done alone, essentially. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for you, Capricorns. All in all, this reads pretty positive. A lot of healing. You and Sagittarians are definitely going to be dealing with some healing processes here. Things that you need to kind of get over your own thought or you know, own emotional trauma with, and move forward. So hopefully that comes together for you, and get that all together. So, yeah, wishing you luck on your healing journey and getting out of your head and moving forward and doing what needs to be done, cutting out what doesn't serve you and bringing in what does. Because it seems like you have a pretty important chapter coming up for you for the month of April, as we start the year. Because, you know, we start off in spring. So, yes. And now we're going to do Aquarius, one of my favorite signs here. The aliens of the group, so to speak. Not feeling like you fit in anywhere. You know what? Actually, before I get into this, where am I at for battery? Because it's like, okay. What I'm going to do is we're going to take a quick, what they call it, remission. And then I'm going to come right back and I'm going to finish with Aquarius and Pisces because, yeah, my battery is about to die really quick. So I need to change this over. So 1 second. All right. I am back. Had to swap out my battery here so we can finish this on up. Did not want this to be an all-night thing, and I only had 2 more to do, so let's get it done. Fix my camera a little bit. All right. And again, we're doing Aquarius. Okay, so you have the wheel here. There was like 5 other cards that flipped over. I'm not gonna count those. But then you also have the devil. And then you have, wow, what karma are you getting out of as well, or you're currently dealing with at this time, that you're trying to alchemize and turn into something else? This could also be some kind of cyclical event that you're dealing with as well. Again, it could be your Saturn return, you know, coming back to the portion in your life where, okay, you know, Saturn is back in a position it was when you were once born, and now you're kind of going through those difficulties, those challenges, and that test of kind of like, well, you know, we gave you the pop quizzes, we taught you the lessons, but let's see if how much of it do you recall, how much of it can you really learn from, can you really deal with, because you have the wheel on one end here at the beginning, and then you also have the world at the end. So yeah, to me, Aquarians, it seems like if this is not speaking to just you being an alien and not feeling like you're a part of planet Earth, it's just kind of like you are dealing with your Saturn return or some kind of karmic energy or repercussions that you are having to deal with and kind of like move through at this time, that you are being challenged and seduced by at this time, that you kind of need to deal with. You do have the Knight of Wands as your underlying energy, so excuse me, so there is some work that you need to kind of do, and do quickly, possibly, that that has to kind of get through here. Maybe it's a particular person. I don't know if it's dealing with a Leo, Aries, or a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius that you also are probably having to deal with as well. Yeah, you got a lot of major, all of yours are major arcana actually. So there's a lot of cultivating, a lot of work that's going on here. Hold on 1 second, because I am missing. Okay, so let's get some clarity on why all of these major arcanas are here for you, because there's definitely a lot of work that's upcoming for you for the month of April. And then, of course, the first card fell on the floor. Diamond, you'll be receiving or giving precious gifts. I think Aquarians are always giving special gifts to people, though. They're very humanitarian. Torch, spiritual. Oh, that's why you got all of this. There's a spiritual happening going on here. spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. That's why you get all these major arcana. There's a spiritual awakening going on here. Some spiritual revolution. Did one flip over now? Okay. I thought one probably flipped over in my hand here that I didn't see. This wanted to come out. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem. It's funny this comes out as we get to the Tower. So what are you trying to conform to? Conformity is the word that's coming in. Some you're trying to conform to or adhere to that doesn't actually align with you. Dealings or relationship with a man, dark complexion or hair. Are you trying to deal with a particular person that you probably shouldn't be? It's going to lead you to an ends here? Can you all still hear me? I don't hear myself anymore on the playback. So I'm trying to see what's going on here. Okay, there we go. Something popped up. Okay. At least I didn't hear myself. I don't know if you all still heard me, but yeah, I had to check that because that was good. Let's see here. Let's get a bit of clarity on this dark man. I'm sorry, you know, if some of you are very spooky, dark man with the devil being here, but I don't want to make that correlation. I don't think that's it. Some people will probably make a correlation with that, but let's make sure before we just go to the dark place. Okay, so then we also have goldfish, increasing material wealth. Here we go with that spiritual growth again. You have kite, vacation. And then you also have teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So maybe there's going to be some changes going on here with the friend. Could be this dark man here that's going to kind of like lead you onto your spiritual awakening and lead you down the path that you need to be on right now for this spiritual evolution, this upgrade, this involvement that you're about to do. And that's who you kind of need to be connecting with. Okay, the shark is still underneath here, so take care. There will be a loss of material wealth. So maybe there is going to be some material changes here, but kind of conflicts with the goldfish of material and spiritual, or it's a material wealth or spiritual growth. So maybe you'll grow spiritually, but the wealth is going to change a different way. Hopefully you're not going into some like convent kind of thing and being a nun. But if that's what you're being called to do, hey, more power to you. And here we go, a younger man. What is with all these men? That's your underlying energy. There is a journal, physical and mental, that you are being called on to do. I don't know if maybe you are having to work with some kind of deity. Maybe it's some masculine presenting deity. That's why you have the man cards here. But it's asking you to go on some kind of travel, some what they call it, a spiritual retreat of some sort. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. You also, let me do this. You got the stork with the crib underneath. This could be an actual physical birth or a creation of your body, or this could be a creation of an enterprise, a business, some idea that you are coming into here. But I figured I would pull those out because it's pretty interesting that you got all of this coming out at the same time. So maybe the younger man is the one that you're giving birth to, and the older man is the one that you have decided to create with. I don't know. Maybe that's for some of you, maybe not. But that's what the cards have put out here. So I'm just gonna read it as they come. Okay? Maybe some of your spiritual enlightenment is coming from becoming a mother. You're stepping into, or not a mother, but stepping into parenthood. Oh, you got Leo here. This, I know it's time for me to start wrapping up. I'm starting to get hungry. After doing so many readings or for so long, it's like I get the munchies. Like I just smoked a lot and now I have the munchies. Like I'm hungry. This definitely takes a lot of energy, and I just go and ravage the refrigerator. So funny enough, you do have a lot of fire energy again that's coming up for you. I think I mentioned that with you earlier. I was saying something about fire energy. So again, you have first house, and usually when I think of first house, that's Aries, that's I am. You have Leo the lover. They are all about their self. Leo's not all about themselves, but you know, I think of the strength card, they're also fire as well. Then you have sextile opportunity, and then you have sixth house craft. So isn't Leo's rulers of the sixth house? Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Oh, are they fifth? Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. I think for some people it could be sixth house ruler, but Virgos are the sixth house rulers. Okay, if it is Virgos, that should probably be, it's again going back to that matron, that motherhood. But yes, it's also, this jumped out to me. It says sextile opportunity welcomes. Who are you welcoming in new to your life? I don't know if this is the partnership or if this is the birth that you are creating here, the crib that you are creating here, the stork that is being delivered to you at this time. You know how black folks like to say, I dreamt of fishes. I've been having fish dreams lately. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Again, you have the first house also speak to awakening, so a gateway, entry point. There's it also say physical body. So for some of you, I think the awakening is something on the spiritual plane. It's something spiritual that you are having to deal with. That's probably why you're being called to go through this dark moment, this hardship, because it's going to help lead you to a higher plane. You have to kind of like go low to get to the top. And then for some of you, I think this is dealing with that you are literally or figuratively giving birth to you know, a child, a beginning, a fresh start, a new being that is being called on you right now, and you're kind of like doing the creation process. But sextile opportunity, it does has the paint on here, so again, it's going back to creating. It kind of makes me think of molding, casting. Like, I don't know, maybe you're doing some kind of sculpture or statue kind of thing. I'm thinking of that. You also did get the sixth house craft in reverse. So right now, it's probably saying like, you don't need to be creating anything right now, because we're going to give you, whether it's the divine or, you know, the person that you are working on this with, is going to give you the information and things like that that you need in order to create this opportunity that you have ahead of you. This is definitely a big turn that's coming. You know, after the tower, things have to grow, things have to create, things have to come back, things have to flourish. You know, once everything is raised to the ground, there's nothing else here to do but to finally grow. So yeah, I think right now for April, you're kind of going through a hard time, or you're coming to the end of it, and now it's kind of like, okay, now is the time where you can start creating. Like, yes, it was probably a tough pregnancy, or yes, it was hard to get this business off the ground, or yes, it was hard kind of going through this whole spiritual change, trauma, or whatever that you're going through, but it's you're gonna reap a massive payoff, and you just stick to it. So you just have to keep the work up, keep working at it, just organize and make sure that you have that village around you to help build with you and help keep you on track, on balance, keep you grounded, because you know, Aquarius, you gotta be up in the air sometimes too. Up, and look at that underneath. What is it with these last 3 decks? Y'all dealing with mamas, mothers, maternal, family, tender. So some of you all are definitely dealing with motherhood in some kind of form of fashion, or matriarchs, or what they call it, matrilineal kind of traumas and issues and things like that you have to deal with. And then some of you are the maternal energy kind of stepping into your whole being at this point. Yeah. And those of you who are going through the spiritual awakening right now, I think you just have to let it happen at this point. I think it's just let it happen. It's gonna be over eventually. If it's not over already or ending already, and you're gonna come out of it enlightened. Just pay attention, keep notes, keep track of some of the messaging and things that you're getting. Keep track of like what's been coming up for you, with some of the lessons, with some of the repetitive energies or causes or people, places, things like that that keeps coming up for you, and note them, because it's probably it's a message from your higher self or your guides and things like that that's trying to help move you along. You just have to be willing and open to it in order to, come out on the other side of this with sunshine and roses. So that's what I'm getting for you all, Aquarius. I don't think there's anything else that's kind of coming out for me. Felt like it was like 3 messages coming through on this particular one for you all. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Hopefully you can get through the month of April with this, in the back of your mind, and kind of ride this wave and to shore. So with that, I'm going to move on to the last ones for April, and that is the Pisces. So let's clear this out. All right, let's knock on it. All right, Pisces, how are you? You're my last ones for the night, and then I can wrap this up because I've almost been going for 3 hours now. So just clearing this up really quick before I get into this. All right. Okay, Pisces, here we go. This Queen of Cups has come out reversed this entire video. Why are y'all so emotional? And this means Pisces, because y'all are water signs for sure. And I don't know if this is for a guy. I'm thinking emotional manipulation off that. You have a I'm not surprised that the Three of Pentacles has come out a couple times throughout this reading, because if you have not been paying attention to the world stage, loneliness is one of the biggest leading problems we have had since coming out of the panorama. So a lot of us are struggling with emotional regulations and maturity and collaborating with people and kind of like getting back to connecting with others. So I'm not surprised that the Three of Pentacles has kind of constantly come out in this reading. However, I'm a little upset that the Queen of Cups keeps coming out it's come out so many times during this reading, this general reading for the month of April. I would have thought a lot of us would have been kind of moving forward by now with being emotionally stunted, and I see that we're not. We still have a long way to go, and it's sad to see that. But again, for the Pisces, with this coming up for you all, it just speaks to emotional manipulation. I feel like some gaslighting is happening here. There's some emotional turmoil. There is some how can I word this? Kind of like people believe I'm this, so I'm gonna lean into it, kind of thing. Like you're boxing yourselves in, essentially. Oh, and then look at that. The Wheel is your underlying energy. The Tower, and then the Nine of Wands. It's time to let go of something that you are not wanting to. You are addicted to company. It looks like you are being addicted to some kind of company that may not be serving you in the best interest. So maybe you aren't the one that's emotionally manipulating and gaslighting at this time. Maybe it's someone else, but I initially thought it was for you all. A dealings or relationship with a woman. You also have Dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. This reads very childish, like not childish, I won't say that, but I'm sorry about that, I'll take that back. But it reads very like junior high school kind of like behavior of kind of like I'm gonna gel in or fit in with these friends here, because I feel like they're gonna give me more than this friend did. Like I'm gonna be cool with the cool clique, because I feel like it's gonna bring me some kind of notoriety or something in my life I didn't think that I thought I wanted, that I didn't have, and now I'm kind of like regretting that choice. Unsettled times, plan ahead. Someone is behaving stupidly. A goal-oriented person. You got a short journey. Protected from negative forces beyond your control. This is all what came out earlier, by the way. Family wishes come true. And then compliments from an admirer. Who do you want to give? So, a couple of different things here. There's, of course, the friend aspect here, and it could be that there's a friend that could have potentially been something more, but you let people get in the way in between you two and prevented it from happening. The other part of this is, again, like I'm trying to fit into this particular group of friends, even though I know it's not right, or they're not right for me, and I'm not right with, for them to be a part of this group, but I want it. Like, this is what I always wanted. Some of you, this speaks to that there is some a travel, a moving, a uprooting that's going to happen, or that possibly needs to happen, that you are trying to prevent from happening. And yeah, you're kind of like, again, shooting yourself. What I say, some kind of move or something. New home, new attitude is what you got. So there's a move that probably needs to happen. I don't know if it's a physical move, a mental move, an emotional shift, something of that sort. Some of you are moving or need to move, being called to move, or being forced to move in some kind of sense. And you're worrying over nothing. That was the other underlying card there. So there's a couple of different messages coming through here for you all Pisces. Let's see here. How can I help my Pisces get through the month of April with these challenging energies that they are facing? What is challenging energies? I mean, not challenging energies. How can I help my Pisces get through the challenging energies that they are facing for the month of April? I feel like one flipped over. Let's see. Yep, Venus, love. It's not a good love. You're not loving yourself. To me, this feels more like you are like self-love. You aren't loving yourself the way you should. Yep, you have Virgo in reverse. I know I've seen, yep, Saturn. And then you also have Taurus. Again, kind of going back to that same old spiel. Taurus and Libras are both ruled by Venus. It's funny to me that your Venus comes up in reverse, but your Taurus comes up in the upright. So again, this doesn't make me think this is something romantic. This speaks more so to those familial relationships or that personal loving relationship that you should have or need to nurture or grow with yourself that you don't have. The Virgo, again, the Virgo, when I see the Virgo, I always think of the Hermit card. So this could be something of you causing it by self-isolating, or you kind of like being banished to focus on it and you haven't been. You also have the Saturn here with wisdom, so there's some discipline, there's some wisening up that needs to happen. There's some responsibility, some practicality, some grounding, some maturity, some scolding. Not scolding, but like yeah, I guess you can say karmic happening that's going on here. Maybe this friend do need to scold you and tell you about yourself. But again, this could also be to, like, you know, you need to just wise up, like, this is not your home. Virgos also speak to hearth and home as well. So maybe it's like you're not in love with this place. Maybe you're not in love with this place, this space that you are in, whether it's emotionally, figuratively, mentally, whatever. You are not happy in this space that you are currently in. You are being called to move out of that, to get away from it. Even if it's just like, if it's not switching states, maybe it's switching cities, switching neighborhoods, zip codes, counties, whatever that may be. Like right now you are in a space that truly does not resonate with you. Yeah, I think you're safe at this time. Like, it doesn't really like this is gonna get hectic or it's bad right now, but it's definitely like, but the guys are trying to call it to your attention now before it's like the last minute and now you're trying to rush and hit the deadline and you get yourself in another tough spot or situation because you're trying to rush. So yeah, Taurus, that's what I'm getting for you all. I think again, there's a couple of different messaging here. There is some call to like Focus on yourself, heal yourself. Stop trying to conform. Like, conformity is a big word that keeps coming up for me. Stop trying to conform or adhere to something, whether it's because of something from your family or something that you think you need to live up to when it comes to friends and things like that. Stop trying to conform to it and do you, because people are going to talk about you regardless. You can do everything right and people are still going to talk about you, or they're going to be like, dang, I can't wait till you fail or fuck up so I can laugh and throw it in your face or whatever. So I think that's part of it. Some of you, I think it's being called for you to actually physically, emotionally, whatever it is, figuratively move from the space that you are in, because it is preventing you from, tapping into that Piscean energy of being a dreamer and creating and evolving and, living with your heads in the clouds. So I think that's part of the energy that's being called here for you all to do as well. Some of you, I think that it's a call of a short journey to be made to reconnect with that friend or childhood friend or friends, or whatever this relationship is that you had that you kind of tried to move away from, or that you abandoned, and you're being called to go back to that and nurture it. Yeah. So I think those are like the three things that's kind of coming for me for sure. Kind of like generic right now, Pisces seems like a pretty easy generic things that you can deal with. It may not be easy for you, sorry, so let me not say easy, but doable. You can deal with it. It's something that can be conquered, handled, if you just give it the time and space that it needs, for sure. And not approach it from an overly emotional space. So yes, with that, if you like these readings, if you like the reading that you had, and these could be for rising, moon, sun, your north node, or your Venus, if you like these readings, please give this video a thumbs up, like this video. If you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down so I know what to post more of and what not. Sunday we will come back here because I will be doing a reading on the Bailey sisters, Chloe and Haley Bailey, and seeing kind of like what their career is going to be looking like, because right now they are kind of going through it. People are just trying to drag them left and right. So we're going to do that for a reading on Sunday. And if you have not seen, I have posted a video. It's available on both Twitch and YouTube, going over Gwyneth Paltrow's ski case and what's his name, Jonathan Major's alleged assault that happened on the 25th, whatever day that was. And I don't know if that was like a Friday or a Saturday. So you can see that. And in the meantime, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. You have a great night or day, wherever you are. And see you all Sunday. Bye.